Everton kick off in the sunshine. Holmes glad to get involved. Kanchelskis to big cheer from his new supporters, but an understandable anti-reaction from those from Manchester United who got into the ground today. Two of the great goalkeepers of world football in opposition. Neville Southall played for Wales for the 82nd time in midweek, while Peter Schmeichel was performing miracles on a big night for Denmark to firm up their bid to qualify for Euro '96. Roy Keane has also been away with the Republic of Ireland. Not such a happy story for him, and nor in that instance with his attempted pass to the right to Beckham. He was pressed by Parkinson. Everton's ball. A greater responsibility on Roy Keane this season, there's no doubt about that. Unfortunately for him, he got a red card in somewhat contentious circumstances in the last game at Blackburn. Gary Neville has to concede the corner. Up comes Dave Watson. Gary Ablett going right in towards the goalkeeper to try and unsettle Schmeichel. Schmeichel does well. Horn. Everything that Kanchelskis does today will be under special scrutiny. Confident play from Everton. Fitting aside with the 2 wins in a row behind them, but of course Manchester United have got a slightly better sequence in that respect, written off in many quarters at the start of the season because of the departure of senior players. Keane just putting off Parkinson from Kanchelskis' cross. So David Beckham has the opportunity in the Kanchelskis role. Wide on the right for Manchester United, a different type of player, but a gifted young prospect. Scholes, supported by Beckham. Into Andy Cole, who just picked himself up after a momentary slip. Beckham, good angle for the cross. Lee Sharpe! A goal for Manchester United inside 3 minutes. Lee Sharpe, who's got a splendid scoring record on this ground. He's twice in recent times been responsible for 1-0 United victories here, and he's put them 1-0 in front this time. Coming in unopposed beyond the far post. Cole inside Ablett, Beckham's cross. Worthy of Kanchelskis, and Sharpe did the necessary. Everton 0, Manchester United 1. Ablett. Limpars joined those in the centre. Corner conceded by Owen. Everton want to take it short, and they've done that. Beckham heads away. Holmes keeping it close. Kanchelskis. Brought down by Sharpe. And worryingly for Everton, staying down for a moment. And Sharpe, who's no slouch, not quick enough to keep up with Kanchelskis, who by his own admission isn't yet fully fit. Of course, the long transfer wrangle meant that he couldn't play in pre-season games. Well, he's been looking forward to this game so much, Andrei Kanchelskis, all through the transfer talks. He got it penciled in his diary when Manchester United were due at Goodison Park. Amakachi tries again. Schmeichel to prevent the corner with a certain amount of difficulty. And it's amazing what goals do to forward players, and Amakachi's in a good run. this season, and he finished last season well after some testing winter months in England. Keane, who likes to take it on the burst. Sharpe. Cross comes for Beckham. Well, that was very much a Kanchelskis position. A deep ball from Sharpe. And David Beckham just leaning back on the volley. Already with the assist on the Sharpe goal, looking to add to his own tally of 2 for Manchester United this season. Amakachi! Well played, Dennis Irwin. Nothing flashy about him, but total dependability. United needed him there across on the cover, and Irwin didn't fail them. Bruce. It's Limpar! It's 1-1! Switch to the right-hand side with Kanchelskis off. And coming in there to pounce on some confusion for Steve Bruce, caused by Hinchcliffe's challenge. And Limpar took it superbly. Everton back in business. No time for Bruce to dwell. And as Limpar, it's Everton 1, Manchester United 1. Bruce will hold up his hand to take the blame. Limpar can hold up his hand in celebration. Well, it's not easy viewing for Manchester United fans, but ecstasy for Everton. And yet again, Manchester United have failed to keep a clean sheet this season. Hamlet will have to play it, and he does so neatly. Hinchcliffe wants a runner on the right-hand side. Wasn't there quickly enough. Holmes had a lot of ground to make up. Oh, Schmeichel's come, and he's caught that just inside the area. If he'd got any height to it at all, Peter Schmeichel would have been totally stranded. In the end, it couldn't have been simpler, to the relief of the Danish goalkeeper. Cole, as he was fouled by Watson then, and again, Graham Poll, the referee, taking a tough line with late tackles. Watson is booked. The referee just hesitated for a second, I think, to see whether there was any advantage for Manchester United. It was only a second. And he reflected quickly that Watson was out of order. He's in the book. And a chance for Manchester United to regain the lead. Just over 10 minutes to go to half-time. It's Beckham! Oh, against the bar! Magnificent free kick. Irwin. Keane. Oh, the linesman's flagging, and that was one that went Everton's way. It could easily have gone the other way. And the free kick in the end went Everton's way, in that Beckham couldn't quite get enough dip on it. It's very much his party piece. It was a marvellous effort. It's been an enthralling first half for the spectators. Both camps have had something to enthuse about and cause for concern. But this is Scholes looking for Sharpe and for Cole, who gets to it. And if Lee Sharpe had called louder and got Andy Cole out of the way, it would have been better for him coming into the line of the ball. Cole was backpedaling. But it was a very thoughtful pass from Scholes, and Everton was struggling. But Cole took it away from Sharpe as Everton looking to come from behind to get their noses in front for the first time in stoppage time at the end of the first half. They still have the opportunity to do that at a corner. And they have Hinchcliffe, their preferred player in these situations on the pitch, of course, because of an unfortunate early departure for Andrei Kanchelskis. Schmeichel didn't get there. Right out. That was Amakachi stretching. If he'd been able to get it onto the target, the goalkeeper would have been fortunate to survive. Everton end the half on the attack. They started the half going behind Lee Sharpe. In the 3rd minute, Sharpe, who then was unwittingly responsible for the early departure of Andrei Kanchelskis. But Anders Limpar switched to the right-hand side with the help of the substitute Andy Hinchcliffe. Brought it level for Everton. David Beckham has hit the bar for Manchester United. And at half-time at Goodison Park, plenty to reflect on. It's Everton 1, Manchester United 1. It's been in our first 45 minutes in which both sets of defenders have had awkward moments. Paul Scholes probing away in tandem with Andy Cole for Manchester United as they start the second half. Clearance by Ablett. Amakachi has done well. Dispossessed Neville. Another problem for Manchester United of their own making. Connaught. The shot that Amakachi would have hoped for at the end of it all, but his work rate has been so impressive. His desire to please. And he harried Gary Neville then into the mistake. Alec Ferguson now down alongside Brian Kidd at touchline level. Beckham. The flag has stayed down. Andy Cole. Southall held him up. And then Cole unwittingly brought Southall down. Well, Manchester United would have fancied their chances then. Cole put through by Beckham. In behind Dave Watson. And Southall couldn't get it first time. And Cole, well, was he trying to hook it goalwards? He certainly didn't achieve that. And Southall recovered. Neville Southall, his 15th season here. Very much part of the Goodison furniture. In all competitions, more than 650 matches. Watson. It's a real search for supremacy in the second half. And Amakachi is putting in some mighty work to try and make that successful for Everton. Cole. Scholes. Cole. Sharpe is there! And Lee Sharpe has done it again at the start of the second half. As I said earlier, it's very much his ground, this one. And Andy Cole was juggling the ball perhaps for his own gain, but it was Sharpe who secured the chance and secured the goal to put Manchester United back in front. There was perhaps a hopeful turn here from Cole, but Sharpe made it a certainty of celebration for United. Just an air of alarm amongst the Everton supporters at the moment. They've seen their side lose one home game already this season to Arsenal. Neville. Scholes really hasn't got the height. But Sharpe is on the scene quickly again. Oh, Holmes has made a mistake here, has he? Well, Southall got there. It's a very difficult game, this, for Paul Holmes to come into. Really the third choice right back. And with Barrett and Jackson injured. And very little experience of Premiership play, and certainly not much recently. Amakachi. Going for handball by Pallister. It's been given. Everton have a free kick. United are angry about this. Question of intention here. And Pallister also booked for it. Graham Poll having problems getting the wall back. Limpar. Oh! Watson, right out, has put it in. It was a long time coming as it bobbled around in the penalty area, but Everton are level. An inquest in the Manchester United defence. Limpar as unlucky, it seemed, as Beckham had been towards the end of the first half. But Watson put it into the danger area and Paul Rideout put it into the back of the Manchester United net. So Rideout damages United again as he did in the FA Cup final. It's 2-2 now. Well, Manchester United didn't move quickly enough here to stop Paul Rideout popping in that equaliser. That's good possession play by Manchester United, and maybe a bit more punch to it now. Sharpe for Cole! Well, it would have been a great goal. They teased Everton back in their own half, and suddenly the ball was switched forward quickly. And there was Cole, picked out by Sharpe. It needed an adroit touch from an excellent pass, and Andy Cole couldn't get it quite in the right direction. And McCatchy. Limpar. Oh, and Schmeichel was diving. He can pull the trigger. And with Limpar, you never really know quite what is going to happen, but it can be very spectacular indeed. And that was moving towards such a description. The ball just had a bit of veer on it, but not enough. This is Beckham. It's Ryan Giggs. Well, it's the end of a long, long time, more than a year, without a league goal for Ryan Giggs, and a very timely return to scoring form. Parkinson played Everton into trouble. Beckham was on it in a flash. Giggs had the chance and he took it magnificently. Knowing all about Neville Southall, but having the composure to beat him, and it makes you wonder, as Beckham celebrates properly his part in it, it makes you wonder how Giggs has gone such a long time without a league goal. Is it going to be just one of those days for Joe Royle and Everton? Maybe it's all evening itself out. Those close games earlier in the year, crucial ones, both going Everton's way. By the narrowest of margins. Oh, Unsworth. Now, where was the offence? Unsworth gets booked. Beckham sent toppling here, but as you see from the replay, he was clearly outside the area when the foul was committed. It's Giggs. Southall in a hurry. Everton thinking about bringing on Stuart Barlow. What a very, very well taken goal that was by Ryan Giggs so soon after coming on and after such a long spell without a goal in the Premiership. Giggs. Now Unsworth, who has been booked, and you felt that this was inevitably going to happen, that somebody would cop for it twice. It's happened in quick succession, in fact, for David Unsworth. A second yellow card for the angle of his challenge there on Giggs. And Everton, 3-2 down, are down to 10 men. Well, there have got to be some real heroics from the home side now. Parkinson. Limpar. Holmes is supporting him down the outside, but Limpar for Amakachi! Well, we're dealing with narrow margins here. Lovely precision in the pass, and the header, until it bounced, looked as though it was going in. Crowd egging Everton on, wanting the ball delivered quickly. Important header for Bruce. Very important header. Last act of the match. Revenge in the air at Goodison Park. Manchester United, who suffered heavily at Everton's hand earlier in the year. But today they've extended an impressive run to 4 league wins in a row, thanks to Ryan Giggs coming on to settle it in the second half. 3 times Manchester United led. The 2 previous occasions put in front by Sharpe. Equalisers from Anders Limpar and Paul Rideout. 2 sad episodes, the early departure of Kanchelskis, injured, and the late departure of Unsworth, sent off for a second bookable offence. Both clubs now turn their attention to Europe. United straight off to the airport now, a long flight tonight to Volgograd, but on it they can reflect on a good afternoon's work at Goodison Park. They've won by 3 goals to 2.